Today we're going to be looking at comparing ratios. And the thing with comparing ratios is we have to remember that we can scale up or we can scale down ratios, and we have to have something in common between the ratios we're working with. So to see an example of that, let's look at this problem that we have. Darnell and Lester took a fishing trip. Darnell caught 4 catfish and 8 trout. Lester caught 3 catfish and 6 trout. Did the boys catch the same ratio of catfish to trout? So the first thing I want to look at is I want to go ahead and start circling some important information. So I've got Darnell right here, and Darnell's got 4 catfish and 8 trout. And then I've got Lester. I kind of can't circle everything, but Lester's got 3 catfish and 6 trout. So I like to go ahead and make a table because to me that's how I can keep things organized. So I'm going to make a table here called Darnell. And I'm going to put C for catfish and T for trout. And I know that he's got 4 catfish and he's got 8 trout. And then I'm going to make a table for Lester. Same thing, C for catfish, T for trout. And Lester caught 3 catfish and 6 trout. Now, I have to figure out what do I want to compare. I can compare an equal number of catfish to an equal number of catfish for Darnell to Lester. I could do the same thing with trout. Because right now, I can't compare 4 catfish to 3 catfish. So I'm going to pick catfish. And I'm going to say, I know that 4 and 3 are both factors of 12. So I'm going to compare both of them with 12 catfish. Now, this is where you just scale up a ratio like normal. So for me to go from 4 catfish to 12 catfish, I have to multiply times 3. And then I have to do the same thing with my 8 times 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. Now, if I'm looking at Lester, for me to go from 3 catfish to 12 catfish, I have to multiply times 4 because I'm scaling up. And then I have to do the same thing, 6 times 4. Now, what this has got me to is if I scale up the ratio, Darnell has caught 12 catfish to 24 trout. And if I scale up Lester's ratio, he's caught 12 catfish to 24 trout. Now, here's the thing. Both of the numbers have to be exactly the same in both of the ratios for you to be able to say 100% that these ratios are equivalent, that these ratios are the same ratio. You can't do that unless you scale it up and scale it down and pick one of the numbers to match to. So in this case, because it's both a 24 to 12 ratio for both Lester and Darnell, I can say that yes, this is the same ratio of catfish to trout.